brain cells in a vast web. And in that web, our thoughts create general pathways that action potentials get. In the 80s, this multiple keys approach worked because these anesthetics were dissolvable in lipids or fat molecules. Because there are fatty membranes around nerve cells, and it was thought that if the anesthetic got dissolved into those membranes, it would kind of maybe gum up the work. But then they were seeing similar reactions happening in nerve cells that didn't have those fatty membranes, so that kind of threw that theory out the window. And there's also the question of which areas of the brain are being affected as shutting down consciousness and shutting down memory formation, which sounds like an easy question to answer, right? Just do a brain scan. But yeah, functional MRI scans have been done, and it has not been helpful at all because it turns out different drugs affect different parts of the brain and yet still are somehow producing the same result. So yeah, there's no silver bullet. There's no one region of the brain that seems to be the thing that turns on and off consciousness and memory formation. So modern, newer theories of consciousness tend to revolve around the network functions of the brain. The idea that these things work because it kind of changes the way the brain talks to itself. The different regions of the brain talk more slowly to each other or faster or just more varied. You know, it's sort of a asynchrony that gets created throughout the brain, and that's what sort of shuts it all down. But of course, some drugs work the opposite way, like propofol, which actually increases neuronal firing to the point that it creates this cacophony of noise so that the message in the signal gets lost. So that loss of synchrony theory explains the loss of consciousness, but it doesn't really explain the whole memory formation issue. But again, there seems to be no simple, coherent answer. Xenon tends...
To WANU Midday News.
Coming up, the mayor's office announced a bold new plan to revamp the city's infrastructure.
And it's about time. But first, yet another gas station has fallen prey to an armed robbery. A Shell station in the 4,000 block of Pulaski Highway was robbed around 11:45 a.m. this morning, making that a total of 7 gas stations to be attacked in the last week.
Scary stuff.
And we're told the suspect remains at large. But authorities believe they now have a credible description of the person. The suspect described as a white male.
Ooh, love it!
I'm sorry, what? What are you two celebrating?
Oh, nothing. We're just glad that we know what the criminal looks like, and we really want to look.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, the suspect
Like that.
was last spotted fleeing the scene on foot. So anyone with this information is being asked to contact the MPD immediately.
Yeah. Help us catch this white criminal.
In other news, a Ponzi scheme has shaken some of Miami's wealthiest residents.
That's money off the show.
Smith is said to have been operating a multi-billion-dollar Ponzi scheme.
You know black people ain't got that kind of money.
He was arrested this morning in Boca Raton. And look at that. He's black.
Really? What?
Okay. So I guess we tied, you know. One of ours for one of yours.
This is ridiculous. No one's keeping score. Okay, we have an update on that tropical storm we've been tracking. Let's hear from WANU weatherman Dennis Jones. Dennis?
Thanks, Pam. What we've previously been calling a tropical storm has upgraded to a Category 4 hurricane. It's destroying just about everything in its path with incredibly high winds. Now, we're calling this one Hurricane Chet, and that's a white man's name if I've ever heard one. And that makes 2 of y'all. Back in the game.
No way! That doesn't count. Hurricanes aren't white.
Okay, can we move on from this petty game, please?
Oh, y'all losing?
Convenient.
Okay, let's just get back to the news. A Fort Lauderdale man was apprehended outside of a Cracker Barrel for cutting brake lines on a dozen bird scooters.
See, only white people got that kind of time, okay?
Okay, yeah. He's white. So what?
So now we're down to 1.
It's not looking good for y'all today. In other news, a shopper was apprehended by security at Oceanside Mall for assaulting a man who stepped on his Air Jordans.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say Air Jordan?
Oh, that's black for sure.
Whoa!
A local woman attacked a cashier at a nail shop after they refused to take her welfare card.
Oh, Lord.
Police say they're looking for a 19-year-old white. Damn it!
That's 3, baby!
All right, let's get that back. Police say a Latino man.
Skip that one. We don't need that. Okay, how about this? How about a man on a rock climbing trip was mauled by a bison for the second time in 3 months? See, y'all don't learn. Y'all don't like to learn.
Okay, just keep reading. Keep reading.
This incident happened in the Utah National State Park.
Ugh, not looking good.
Family of the man, now identified as Laquan Jenkins.
What an upset.
A Laquan rock climbing in Utah? That's okay, we still got it, baby, we got it!
All right, next one takes it. A man dressed as the Joker.
You know who that was! Good man. All right, so we're all in agreement that the lieutenant governor should be encouraged to step down. All right, then it's settled. One more today. Yes, Barbara.
Does it count if you did it all the way back in the 80s?
Oh, of course not. It was funny and cool in the 80s.
Well, no, I'm going to stop you right there, Phil. It does still count, and it was never funny or cool. Okay, anybody else?
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What if you wore the blackface as a tribute, like an homage to your hero,
Who was your hero?
Al Jolson?
Okay, well, then I would file that as very, very wrong. Look, people, we are elected state officials. We can't keep having this pop up.
But it was the 80s!
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, dude.
What if I dressed in black booty?
Black booty?
Yeah, like one time in college, part of my costume was a big old black booty.
I'm really confused. How could anybody tell that it was a black booty?
Because I was wearing shoe polish on my face.
Well, yeah, now see, the shoe polish, yes, was obviously wrong. Yeah, what?
What if you were just goofing around with your friends?
It's still wrong.
Okay, but what if it was part of your costume of a black person?